I'm at the Quench Gallery looking at Delaine Le Bas, and this is a really fantastic exhibition that I'm going to show you around, and I hope you enjoy. So firstly, this kind of Medusa head of her I just really loved as she went down the stairs as an entrance into the gallery space. Now, the whole place was actually covered with this calico going around, so it almost felt like you was in a calico cave, and this was the first thing that grabbed my attention. I was like, what is this about, this kind of person made out of clothing? It was really busy because we went on the actual opening of season, and where it was opening night of the actual show. Apologies for not showing this beforehand. However, there is still time to go and see the show. I really would recommend going to see it. It's very intriguing. It's what you make of it. What I mean by this is, if you engage with the art and the words, especially the words, and read the word and take time with it, feel free at any point to pause this video if anything's grabbing your attention and have a read. Some bits I will read out for you, and some bits I will just focus on the show itself, so that way if you do go to Quench in Margate to see Delaine Le Bas's show, you can actually enjoy it yourself. There's bits like this where I really was loving the actual symbology with the skulls, the pyramids, the hearts, thinking what are these images for. Imagination runs riot, colour spectrum, crow cries out I hear them, where I am used again really interesting words. This kind of made me feel like very Louise Bourgeois kind of doll scream, but also felt a bit Beatus like. It was kind of creepy, and I liked that actually. Again, references to Mickey Mouse, references to bodies. It was definitely a theme of protest going on here. I felt like nods to the fashion industry as well. Not just because of the use of calico, which is used for twirling and sampling, but also on the actual clothing and how it's represented, but also media as well as the mainstream. This is what I meant about going through caves of calico. Really had to look, some bits were even hidden up. This was a little friend that I made that was on the show, and very, very engaged with me, and in a moment I do pause the video so that way I can go and give this lovely doggy a stroke. I liked seeing the paintbrushes that would have been used. There's my friend, my future friend, so cute. Just had my strokes, and now back to looking at the work. The numbers appear again with dates. I'm realising some of this is dates, and that's what I questioned in my last Delaine Le Bas video, which I will link at the end. The mice kind of figures, the layering behind so you can't see it, but the Medusa, which was at the entrance of the show. Self-invention, survival is the ultimate revenge. Now, that being there with the Medusa and the idea and symbology of Medusa for women who've been victims of abuse makes me question parts of this actually show in a really interesting way, and wonder what the artist's intention was behind it. But I know I made my own stories myself, and I like that when you can do that with art. But all that glitters is not gold. I definitely felt that, especially being an artist myself, and people thinking, oh, you're doing shows so everything is boom 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 boom, and I felt like this artist really had a truth. Beauty again is a thing. Again, film being used, printed onto actually the fabric, it felt it stripped back the illusions of the fashion industry and that kind of cool club kid society, and showing you positives and negatives and things we need to be aware of. I really did enjoy this, as you can tell as I'm speaking a million miles an hour on this episode today. This one I really did like, with a princess is she here, and it was a princess that scared me. It was tied up here, like I say, princess clown monster, and at the back she had little arms behind and she was tied to a beam. You had Who Killed Bambi on this top. There was other intricacies and more to look at. Honestly, it was really, really good to see, and the detail from embroidery to printing to painting, to sewing, and this was my favourite little bit. I thought I could just have this in a frame myself. I just adored it so much. Hopefully you enjoyed that exhibition, and if you did, I'll put a link to her other work below at the end of the video. Thanks for watching as always.